Well, the lifestyle, it's like I said, trying to urinate and then hurt. Well, it did that so much, I just took it for granted everybody had that. I didn't know any different because I always had that problem. And it got to a problem when I passed blood. Okay, what's causing this? And we're going to have to go find out. And from then on, we found out what it was, and then we worked on that problem for 40 years, actually. Went to our local doctor, Dr. Houston in Lancaster, and he's been my urologist for a long, long time and been helping me through this problem and sent me down to Long Beach, and I've had 4 laser surgeries. I've had graft surgeries. Well, it's hard to explain. They seem to know, the one in Long Beach, seemed to know what he was doing. You know, how can you tell? Until, well, I remember that when he grafted from my arm. And he grafted off the penis. The doctor up there looked me over and he says, "Oh yeah, I can fix this. We'll use the skin off the end of your penis for grafting." And then he did that. Well, I was in the operating room about 8 hours, and of course I was on this table that he had. The table wasn't very comfortable apparently because it hurt my back, and it also made my legs swell. "Oh, now you're going to have a fasciotomy in both legs," they said. So they back to surgery, and they cut about a 6-inch in each side of my legs for that. And that was, I was in the hospital about 8 days for that one there. Try to turn over in bed when you've got these things on your legs, and it was okay though. And then it started slowing down again. Well, Dr. Houston says, "Well, we'll just have to dilate you until we get something better." So he'd come up to catch me because he'd come up every week. So I go see Dr. Houston, and he'd dilate me with those tools. Anyway, and then it got so, "Well, here, I'll give you the tools and you do it yourself when you have to." Well, this happened on a Sunday morning. One day I couldn't go, so I dilated myself with what they call a filiform and a follower. Well, a filiform you put in first. Well, it goes into your bladder, and then you tie this follower on the end of it, which is different sizes, and you push that in there, and it's supposed to dilate you. Well, I had been doing that, and everything was fine. But this particular time on Sunday morning, I couldn't pull it out. Oh, what do I do now? Well, what do I do now? The only thing I think to do is I could just yank it out of there. Well, that's going to tear everything up. I had to do something. So I did yank on it, and it broke. And it come out, but anyway, I called Dr. Houston. Doctor said, "You get down here to the hospital, and we'll have to get in there and take it out." So then he said, "We got to do something different." I heard Dr. Gilman in this process of dilating myself, this thing with the filiform breaking in my bladder. Dr. Houston says, "We've got to do something different." And he said, "I've been to a conference, and there was a Dr. Gilman there, and he looked like he knew what he was talking about and what he was doing. And he said, I think he's the one to send you to." And so he made the arrangements. Dr. Houston made the arrangements of me going to see Dr. Gilman in Irvine. That's where it was. That's quite a ways from here, but that's okay. Now, one of the things I'd like to express about Dr. Gilman, when we went down there, he would fill your bladder with a liquid that would show up on x-ray, of course, and then he would take an x-ray of you urinating, if you could, and it'd show you, that's what he wanted, to show where the stricture was. Well, then he sat down with us, Barb and I, and Susie, the daughter, and he explained to us and showed us on the screen, this is where it is, this is what we'll have to do, this is what we'll take out, and when this is done, that'll be open. And then when we went back there after a follow-up, I don't remember if that was about 2 weeks. I think it was about 2 weeks. He showed us the same, we did through the same procedure, and he showed us what the previous one was and what the last one was. And what a difference. It was all open and great. I never really was worried about it. I knew that whatever it's going to be is going to be. And I was so impressed with Dr. Gilman that I never had any qualms that he couldn't do what he said he could do. And after showing us those pictures of what he did, I was really impressed with that. That really helped. But when you have surgery, they always put a catheter up in there for the healing, and then that stays in there for a while, it's healing, and then they'll take the, well, a doctor, in this case Dr. Gilman, pull that catheter out there. He says, "Now I want you to urinate," and oh man, it's just like they took a weight off your shoulder. It is so great, and every time you drink a lot of water and you go freely, oh, that's such a relief, because you go normally, you know, and it's been so long since that's been normal. I say thank God for Dr. Gilman. And our daughter Susie said, "Daddy, you must, every time you pee," she says, "you must thank Dr. Gilman, huh?" I said, almost every time.